I got a word.
Oh, is that? Are you pointing it to me?
Yeah. Oh, there we go.
Yo.
God damn it, Lucky.
Yo, we're live.
Yo, what's up, guys? My name is Holly, and welcome back to Chronicle. This is the home where some of my favorite people and I will get together, tell some awesome stories, and hopefully take you guys along for the ride with us. On today's episode, we're going to be playing Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition. So if you don't know what that is by now, it's about time you get to know. Connor!
Sorry.
I'll text you a meme later. Everybody just...
This is
vote
Survivor
to
now.
evict. This is like Survivor, yeah.
You haven't beaten the idol.
Vote kid.
Vote
I haven't cried on this show yet. You will make me cry. That's all I'm saying.
I'll get Connor to cry, but get him to quit. Get out of here, weak bitch.
you just gave Lucky an in.
This is the home where some of my favorite people now get together, tell some awesome stories, play some games. We're gonna be playing Dungeons & Dragons. It's gonna happen. We're doing it. We're going to be returning to the world of Cthulhu, which is a homebrew world of my own creation. This is the 49th session, and will actually be the end of this arc for now. Done a lot of travel, had a lot of good times, a lot of stressful moments.
It's gonna end with a murder.
We can move up.
No.
What is going on?
Holly's in the shot of that one. There you go.
Ooh! Oh, do you want me
Fix
in
that.
multiple shots? That's so
How's
sad.
how's the audio?
Yep.
Sounds like a cool sword.
That's
Connor.
been angled.
Cool sword.
Yeah.
It's the sword of kings. It's Aragon's sword.
Anyway,
Fucking
we're going to be returning to the world of Cthulhu. 49th session. We've done a lot of travel. This is going to be the last of the arc for now. Because I've been going since May, and I get really busy in summer. So I'm going to be passing over to do a couple of one-shots, which may or may not be streamed. I don't know yet. We're running with a new setup today, so hopefully everything is looking okay. It looks okay on our end. Looking pretty slay. We might tinker around, mess with some things if we need to. So bear with us. Things will probably change over the next couple of weeks, but eventually we'll be going to Lockie's campaign, which if you'd like to catch up on that. For more of that, you can check out the link down below to our YouTube channel where we've got all of our archive videos over there for Lockie's campaign, my own campaign, of course Connor's campaign, and Xander's campaign, so check those out, and the one-shots, if we do happen to stream them, will be up there as well. I think that's all. Yeah. Quick recap, because it has been 2 weeks. No, longer than 2 weeks?
2 weeks.
No, we did
2 weeks.
Yeah, I think
2
I think
weeks?
we skipped one.
It's been more than a
2.
week.
Yeah.
More than a week, but less than a month since we played in Cthulhu, so I'm going to do a little recap for us. Essentially, you guys had made the journey across to Guildcrest Village after some interesting encounters on the ice with a pretty deadly beast that you managed to skirt around. Gargantuan eel. And of course, Leah wasn't here, so we are
Almost done.
concluding. Yeah, well, I feel like Nadria might not have saved your lives necessarily. You probably wouldn't have died though. I feel like that's a fair comment to make. They were all out.
No
you were all out.
No comment.
What are the chances that Nadria would have Misty stepped out of the ice and stayed a far distance away if we all start dying?
I don't think.
No, I don't think so. I'm just.
It depends on how, like, if it was like,
really bad.
yeah, like, if it was like, if I don't leave, everyone dies, then yeah. But, like, if it's like, if I leave, everyone but me dies.
Real.
Well-
Lose situation.
In any case, you guys made it to Guildcrest Village, where right before we ended, there was a familiar face in the doorway of a tavern, and kind of a familiar silhouette to one of our figures as well. So where we pick up, we're gonna get into that, but I've got a short little prologue beforehand. So we can all enjoy this. It's not my best work, but hey.
It's your work, Ollie, so therefore it's the best.
Can I ask, just before we get started, what episode are we up to?
This is it's episode 80, but it's session 49.
Okay.
Yes.
Cool. Thank you. This is all I needed to know.
It might actually be episode 79. I'm not sure.
Do we?
We'll check the YouTubes later.
I might have
That
done
scared the
it.
shit out of me. Did you see that?
What happened?
All of that text come up at once. I was
If
like,
you're having fun watching the stream and learning more about the characters, get notified each time we go live.
That but is there for a reason, Lucky. We do not need an out loud rendition of Night.
Thank you, Lucky, for that.
Okay.
you didn't let him finish. There was so much more to it.
Thank
Okay.
God.
A pair of eyes snap open, gazing wildly around the space as white-hot rage courses through their veins. The sight of a crumbling citadel of teal and ivory greets them. Enormous, jagged bricks of white stone tumble to the ground, leaving craters in their wake. A light breeze caresses their face as grains of rough sand are carried away from the tops of faraway sand dunes. Trails of footsteps sink into the surrounding rolling sand dunes, leading away from the figure laying cushioned within them. Millions of twinkling little grains of pearlescent sand that fall in rivulets from the peaks of these undulating hills move further and further downwards. They lift their eyes higher and higher upwards to traverse the sky. Enormous fissures split the muted blues and silvers of the vast expanse and stretch outwards like fingers from where they break into chunks. As the cracks in the sky grow deeper, colossal pieces are carved out of the blanket of blue, flaking to the ground beneath them and sending great geysers of twinkling sand into the air on impact. Beneath these chunks, a void of indigo reveals itself. Flickers of brilliant red and plum stardust ribbons weave around, millions of silver and gold stars. With a scoff, they drop their gaze again to the world around them. Their eyes fall on another figure. They stand completely still, save for the breeze whipping across sections of long ivory and gold robes that travel around their body. The wind travelling through the silk of their robes and rustling long tassels and ornaments is the only sound that penetrates the silence between the two figures. Save for the heavy breathing of one, their shoulders shaking with the effort of restraining themselves. Why would you show this to me? What could you possibly achieve by doing this? The figure across from them remains emotionless. They tilt their head to the side as eyes of a cloudy molten gold robe over their face. You'll find out soon enough. These things, they have a way of working out. But our story for the
What?
evening.
What? What?
Why do I recognize that voice?
Yeah, I know.
Is that the Grimmassian Legion person that?
Which
That we
one?
don't like? Or
No,
that we
no,
do
no, no.
like?
That was a dude.
The one
Right.
from Downs?
What's his name? Lawrence? Was it Lawrence?
That's
Yeah,
not Lawrence. No,
Lawrence
no,
is-
Lawrence has got
Lawrence
like
is
a.
here.
No, Lawrence is. That doesn't
Yeah,
sound
so
like
that's not Lawrence.
That's not Lawrence,
Lawrence
no.
is with us.
What? We're
Has
about.
seen us. Yeah.
Yeah, we're
Lucky
about to
just
see-
remembered.
What?
Right.
Yeah,
I'm enjoying it.
Yeah.
Does Lockie know?
Lucky must know.
Lockie
Um,
knows something.
Well,
I'm piecing it together.
not fully.
Well, when I
Nobody-
hear.
Fully, it's booked as fuck.
I can safely say that nobody knows anything.
Unless Holly's just on with them and I do actually know.
I don't know. But I think when I hear Sands, I think of like maybe like Lorothia and the deserts.
Shit.
Were they like? Were you describing? I don't know. In my mind, I pictured like Aurora Borealis, except it's not blue and
The robes
the
are
ribbons
white
through
and
the
gold
sky.
and the golden eyes.
Yeah, kind of.
Ivory
Like
and gold, yeah.
like Stardust.
Oh,
They're like they're not. They don't move like the Aurora Borealis. They're just stationary.
that's cool.
But the
Yeah, when I
robes.
move like the Aurora Borealis. Sorry.
Yo,
Borealis should
when she
only be
moves
localized.
like the They send her into space for real.
For real. Yes.
Anyways.
Our story for the evening begins in a quaint little mining village.
Sorry.
It's okay. People messaging me. Fuck, like, what's going on today? It's chaos. Turn my phone on Do Not Disturb.
Good.
As per usual. Our story for the evening begins in a quaint little mining town, half buried underneath flurries of snow, kind of pressed up against the sides of buildings, roughly hewn wooden beams and rough flagstones, kind of all cobbled together. The scent of smoking meats, spices, kind of drift outwards towards you all now, as you find yourselves in the middle of this mining village. A set of tents and lean-to buildings that make up stalls with various leathers tanning to the side, heavy furs, different merchants that are selling little pouches of leather for coin purses, for satchels, traveling bags, all these different kinds of traveling supplies, what you need to survive the harsh, rugged wilderness. Is being sold around you guys in the space. There's these little small shacks with thatching as well, and you can see in the distance those platforms and pulley systems that hoist these heavy buckets and carts of ore up the side of this vertical cliff face and kind of vanish into these doorways and these cave openings further into the mountain itself. Where we left off, you guys had noticed a familiar figure. Gaunt, a little bit slimy, dressed in a perfect set of purple billowing robes. The slicked back blonde hair that reaches just to the end of the jawline. Almost a kind of unsettling predatory glint in the eye as he catches yours. Seems to be speaking to a figure, short in stature and wearing this heavy armor, facing away from you all now, hand on a blade at the side. What would you guys like to do?
Kill him.
Quick question, Ollie.
That's what I'd like to do.
Is Guildcrest mining slaint? But I don't know. Slaint's not found in this on this continent, is it? Not
You
common.
roll a history check for me.
I have my dice ready. Here they are. And I have my character sheet ready. That is 24.
Jesus.
Good start. Good start.
Very
So-
good. First roll of the night.
This is why we bring our own dice.
Drums.
Slaint did used to be mined around Guildcrest and throughout the Dawnvale, but over time there's been many expeditions to find more Slaint, and it's kind of gone drastically up in price, and that's due to how scarce it is to find. It's possible that they do have some deposits here, but whatever they are not being shared publicly to your knowledge. So it's possible that certain buyers who have enough capital or who would know enough about the area or enough about the trade would know where to find Slaint and if it is here. But you might have to do a little bit more digging, you think, in order to find if they have any Slaint here.
Sure.
Let's go mine
It
some
seems
ourselves.
mostly from what you can see. What's your passive perception?
My passive perception is quite low. It's 10.
At 10? So just gazing around at the... Sorry, I'm done now. Gazing around at the stalls around you and the little shop windows that you can see as you pass into the center of the town. A lot of the things that you see appear to be some of the more common materials. So you might see things like tins, you might see rarely, you think, silver and gold. It mostly appears to be things like copper, tin, bronze here. But if you wanted to have a look further, you could do so. A 10 is kind of like you just catch glimpses of this sort of stuff, but you can see a lot of it appears to be quite rustic. But it seems like most of the materials or the day-to-day things that they would use appear to be metal. So it seems like they are at least capable of refining what they've got here.
Sure.
So I'm assuming they definitely would have like a place to buy smithing tools?
It's a pretty safe bet, yeah.
Okay, I'll keep that in mind.
Useful information.
You just some of those.
It's just I know you weren't you making me some?
Yes, I was. Thank you very
I
much.
believe so. That was ages ago.
Did I not already make them? I think
I think so, but I don't think I don't think we ever like exchanged them back to my inventory. Because I think I gave you my tinker's tools and was like, hey, can you make these smithing tools? And then
I had it in my inventory, so. Do you recall
that, Holly?
Your smithing tools?
Like me asking James to turn my tinker's tools into smithing tools?
Maybe in my notes somewhere. I remember discussion about your smithing tools. I think James actually might not have been here.
Oh.
And I think Connor was piloting.
Oh, yeah, that is true.
That probably would track.
I think it sounds familiar. You must have filled me in.
I think we did fill each other in.
I think
Yeah, I don't actually
it must have been
think
talked
James
about. I don't think anything would have been
was
done.
Oh, real. Okay.
I don't
Well,
think
then
so.
I might just go see how much they are because I don't think they're expensive. Potentially. Anyways, that's just a Dilbert thing.
So we see. Do we all see Lawrence? And if we do, how far away is he from us?
He's about 120 feet away.
Okay, that's cool. Okay.
This is like, for a quaint town, it just looks quaint. There's, smokestacks billowing up out of these kind of roughly cobbled together chimneys. The place smells amazing. You can smell like freshly baked bread. There's also the kind of sharp scent of like tanning leather and the oils that they use to do that. As you pass by some of the sections of town to get to the actual city centre as well, you can smell there's a bit of like a decaying scent that you can chalk up to them.
What was that noise?
Dog?
Molly's just hurt herself.
That you can chalk up to the meats that they're kind of splitting apart and sectioning off to make jerkies and things like that, other smoked meats.
Can
Hello,
horse?
So that dipsticks by the tavern, right?
Yeah.
Lawrence, there we go. That's the name.
Can we tell if he's clocked us?
Yeah, he's looking at you.
Okay.
Abel's gonna be like, I'm quite tired and I want some food. I'm gonna go to the tavern.
Yeah, going to
Yeah.
the tavern.
Well, I've got like my scarf like firmly around my nose and and some other like coat like around, like kind of like around my head. I'm like, what do you mean you're going to the tavern? Like the one right there with him?
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know.
Because he's there.
Last time he tried to do this magic on me, it didn't do much, and then he got in trouble for using his magic on someone else. I think he might have learned.
No, can we find another tavern that's not got his stench all over it?
I'm not scared of him.
I'm not scared of him either.
Okay. No,
No, that doesn't mean.
I'm walking up to the tavern.
Can I try to like maybe like either a stealth or a deception check to try to blend in with the rest of the group to make it sort of like that I'm not there?
Sure, roll a performance check for me. Or actually describe to me how you'd like to do it.
So obviously my jacket kind of stands out, but I want to more like obscure my face, and because I'm smaller than everybody, I kind of want to get in between the bigger people, sort of like stay like one person in front,
Do
one
I
person behind.
notice how like weird you're acting? Are you trying to hide it from us specifically? I mean, you do have a scarf wrapped around your face.
No, but I did say it's because of the Legion though.
Okay, well
Yeah.
that's still fine.
Yeah, no, you guys.
But you're worried about the Legion and
yeah,
the
and
Legion's
Lauren.
right.
Yeah, exactly, because we're gonna walk up to Legion.
I'd want to help Kruger in
Okay,
hiding.
how are you?
Well,
how are you
because
helping
I'm
Kruger
obviously
to hide?
bigger than Kruger
Sure.
by quite a lot, and I have like a whole skirt and everything. I should be able to like stand in front of him at least as we walk past. Like-
Okay.
Like, because he's way shorter than us, I could try and like just stand and like kind of hide as we walk
Mm-hmm.
to try and like aid Kruger in what he's trying to do at least.
I don't want to get caught by the fuzz.
None of us do.
Yeah, but like it's different.
Roll a stealth check for me with advantage.
Does it matter? What's your armor do to your stealth?
Good point.
Sorry.
It's just flat. No.
Nice. That's good.
That's actually okay. That's not bad. That's not bad. That's not bad. That is a total for. No. I respect it. I respect that. 19 total.
A 19? Okay. So describe to me, you're specifically hiding from Sealan or you're hiding from the figure that you think?
Both, if I can.
Okay.
Mainly the. Oh, yeah, no, both if I can. Yeah.
Sure. So the figure, Abelard's kind of charging forward at this point.
Confident strut.
Yeah, a confident strut. He's so sassy.
Sarsaparilla.
Oh, Sarsaparilla.
Sarsaparilla.
It's the fucking JoJo one.
Abelard
Oh, the JoJo. Abelard is sassily walking forward.
Snaps included.
Snaps included.
Each strut just distracting.
Snaps included.
And
Snap-a-lard.
the closer you get, the more you can see Sealan is just, like, the smile is growing.
It's fine.
Growing? Why is it growing?
It started as kind of like an uptick in the corner, and it's kind of grown into almost like a baring of the teeth kind of smile.
That's a good one.
He's just watching
Smile back.
you with like singular focus. He's
Smile
not
back.
even. He's still holding conversation with the figure who's got their back still turned to you, and appears to be looking down at paper with like a hand on their hip that you can see now as you all walk forward.
Mm-hmm.
And I will say, unless there's anything anybody else wants to do, Sealan will he's not necessarily obscuring the doorway of the tavern. He's standing in front of it, so you can't necessarily get past him to get into it.
So
Unless you were to like you'd have to acknowledge his presence to go.
Oh yeah.
So we definitely need to see him or talk to him to sleep,
You don't know. You could find another tavern.
or we could just go camp outside the village for a little bit.
Abelard's still moving forward.
Yeah.
I'd say unless there's anybody who...
Look, I don't think we can do anything to stop Abelard from going.
I'm not a fighting spirit right now.
Oh yeah. Respect
Sure.
that.
Anyone got mage hand? Just like
That doesn't work.
hold me back, hold me back.
I mean, I don't think I can hold Avalon back.
Alright.
Can I distract everyone with the raves too?
No.
I'm joking, I don't actually want to.
As you begin to get within 20 feet of Sealan, you watch as he, now smiling, well, I never thought we'd meet again.
I mean, it's quite the surprise. This is kind of the middle
Funny
of
who
nowhere.
you see in the middle of nowhere, isn't it?
It
Just
is.
on your travels.
I know.
Has he seen all of us now?
He had already seen all of you.
Okay.
You're quite colourful. This is a place that's like...
Yeah, I'm a 6 foot guy playing Dr. Buzz.
Yeah,
no,
can you
I
imagine
don't go
Dumas just
missing
standing
unless I
there
want to
waving
be
a red
missing.
stick?
If you guys haven't said specifically that you're trying to blend in, then I'm just going to assume that you're sticking out like sore thumbs, because this is
that's
like you've got old, like kind of worn cloaks on that are like spattered with blood, and
Isn't there a pink one somewhere as well?
No,
Yeah.
threw
I
that
think
one
you
away.
guys got rid of it.
Oh.
No, I didn't want it.
Unfortunately,
Boo.
Yeah, no.
one of those like free hugs ones.
Free hugs.
Leah,
He's out of it.
it's an art.
Free love.
Free
Yeah.
hugs. Free
Yeah.
hugs.
Free hugs.
Free hugs.
Yeah.
It's genuinely, it's beautiful.
And honestly, yes. Of course it is.
Such a contrast.
It is, yeah. I
Such a
feel like it really
contrasting
fits
outfit,
the vibe.
100%.
yeah.
100%
Yeah.
matches the aesthetic.
See, it would have fit the vibe of Dilbert if it was the right size.
You could have cut it.
I could have,
I
but
guess.
too late now.
Done that.
It's somewhere in the mountains. Lost
True.
to time.
True.
Lawrence, what brings such an important man as you to such a quaint little town as this?
Oh, you fucking
Oh,
brown
well,
nosing Lawrence James. What?
I had some business that was very important that I had to take care of. You see, there were some fugitives that were making their way through the Dawn Vale. kind of suspicious looking fellows, really.
I mean, there was the guy that set fire to the town just down the road. You know, there's the demons and demon curse. I'm surprised I didn't see any Grimoire Legion people there. They look like they could really use some help.
Oh, that little
That's hard.
Sarsaparilla
That
for
is
real.
sassy
Hashtag
as
sarsaparilla.
fuck.
I imagine that would be a good place to start the investigation. Some guy threw a head at us in the forest around there. I imagine that would be a
Really?
great place.
Really?
Yeah.
That's fascinating. You know what else is fascinating? These fugitives that I was trying to catch up with happen to be well, a little bit involved too. Kind of messing around where they shouldn't have been.
Do you know what they look like?
Yeah, the description.
Oh,
would be
I
fun.
have some idea, but you wouldn't be too interested. 'Cause, I mean, someone such as me shouldn't deign to interact with the unworthy.
Well, if that's how you feel, we'll just head into the tavern and go have some food.
What makes you
Sure.
think that we want to interact with you?
Please head into the tavern.
Can
I
someone
would
just
walk into the
I-
tavern.
Has Val seen or met this person?
No.
Okay,
I don't
I
know
also
if Val's
haven't.
met
Yeah,
once.
these two haven't.
Okay,
these
so
haven't
Val's
met.
gonna look confused, and then I'm gonna say out loud, can someone please establish who this person is?
He's the guy that tried to arrest us without cause, then paralyzed a guard from Rummelum, and then started an incident with the Rummelum guard and Grimoire Legion.
Oh,
So I say we
And
don't stay in this tavern.
quite the
Is this tavern full, or can we stay here?
Oh, please do whatever you like. I'm sure we'll be seeing each other very soon.
Okay.
This guy's cringe.
Who's your friend?
Can I?
As
Did you try?
you have been having this conversation with Sealand, walking up towards him, Kruger, you see the figure turn to face you.
We're the fugitives, you
Oh,
dumbass.
yeah, I thought more specifically it would be you being the fugitive.
I'm fugitive squared, but yes.
And you can see kind of a figure that is bulky for their size, perfectly shone plate armor, the pin of the Grimoire Legion attached to a deep purple cloak that's thrown over the shoulders. And you also notice on their cloak, before you kind of gather the courage to look at their face from where you're kind of hiding behind Nadria, you can see a little pin. It's very familiar to you. It looks almost like the spokes of a wheel that are attached to the cloak. As your eyes travel upwards, you can see a stronger jaw than you last remember, with this kind of deep, worn skin from time spent in the sun and in battle, looking a little bit more grizzled than when you last saw them. You can see the face of your brother staring out into the group, a hardened look on his face. His eyebrows kind of furrowed, and a serious disposition. As he stands with his hand on the hilt of his sword, just surveying the group.
I'll ask him, who's your friend?
Yo.
Oh,
Kruger, he
don't
looks
mind
like you.
him.
He looks like a real soldier.
Do you say that? Do you say that?
I mean,
If you're not gonna immediately take it back, then you say it.
I mean, Dumbit would. That's something Dumbit would say.
Okay, no, cool, yep.
Oh, see, this is a friend of mine that, well, I think you're, say, where is your little, short friend with the big sword? I have a friend here who, would be quite interested to make their acquaintance. I think I heard his name said, so, the jig is up.
Did you?
But wait. Sorry, this is out of character. Doesn't Kruger go by something else elsewhere?
Yeah.
Isn't that a thing? Wouldn't he not
Pouch.
recognize Kruger?
I was blending in.
Yeah, but I
until
did
Dilbert
just
called
say,
me.
hey Kruger, he looks kind of like you.
Yeah, but doesn't Kruger go by another name?
But Lawrence knows Kruger as Kruger.
Oh,
Yes.
okay.
Yeah.
You don't know what Lawrence knows.
No.
Well, for what we know that Lawrence knows.
Probably knows both
Yeah,
names.
probably.
If we can assume anything.
Because he knew your father.
The
Yeah.
He
Yeah,
would
he knew my dad. He knows my dad.
the figure doesn't seem to actually roll an insight check for me. I'm assuming you're watching the figure closely.
Oh yeah, big time. 23.
23.
Mm-hmm.
You don't see any recognition to the name.
Yeah.
Kruger. No recognition to the name.
That makes sense. No, that makes sense. Yeah.
Can I roll
He
to
just
pick
seems
up
to be
on what is happening with Kruger right now? To see if
Sure,
I like,
roll
shut
an
my
insight
mouth
check
or...
for me.
I think I might.
I think I
I
might.
mean, dirty 20.
Sure. What is Kruger feeling now?
It's how I'm actually feeling in the real world right now. I'm feeling a strong hatred towards Lawrence right now. Like I've got a bite mark in my finger, but I'm also like sweaty because my brother is right there, and I haven't seen my brother in I don't know, a long fucking time.
Dilbert goes,
As you, like, for the rest of you, you can see that this figure seems very, very similar to Kruger in a lot of ways. Like, very similar face shape. There's
Similar
none
size
of
sword?
the... No, actually. There's none of the kind of war paint that's kind of mars Kruger's face a lot of the time. And everything seems perfectly shone to perfection. You know, it's almost like you're looking at somebody that's like your stereotypical knight in shining armor. He's got the hair that kind of falls just so. It's a little bit lighter than when you last saw it, Kruger, but it doesn't seem to be at all out of place. He seems the perfect image of someone you'd expect to be valiant and kind of a gallant hero. He
Prince Charming's style.
kind of, yeah.
So he has a
kind of.
punchable face.
No, I
Does
wouldn't
he have
say
a
that.
punchable face?
He's
I think it's
he's
punchable.
classically handsome, I'd
Oh,
say.
okay.
Classically.
He's very classically handsome.
But Lawrence would have a punchable
Like,
face.
Oh,
chiseled
Lawrence has a very
chiseled
punchable
jawline, like Chad face kind of style.
No, he's not.
No, he's
He's not a Chad, but
handsome.
he's
not.
Yeah, no,
Think-
I know.
Yeah.
I know. I'm just
classically
Like
handsome.
Gaston.
Think our friend,
Like Gaston.
think our friend Mark over here.
Why didn't you
No.
immediately go to Naveen? That guy's classically handsome.
Who?
Naveen?
Levine.
Yeah, Princess and the Frog.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
No,
Okay.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
the
yeah.
kind of classically handsome.
Real.
That's what I meant.
That's a
You
base
guys like, yeah,
reference.
he's Gaston.
He said Gaston. I said
Because you're a bad
He said
person.
Gaston because I said Chad.
Yeah.
No, he's classically handsome.
He's very
He's
good
what
full
you
song
would
and dance.
if you were to picture Kruger going into the Grimoire Legion. This is kind of something similar to what you'd think. He's
Huh.
like spick and span. Everything is perfectly.
To see if there's a relation.
Yeah. You
Would,
could also just do an insight check.
Yeah, but the
Why
medicine's got a
medicine?
+10. The insights are like.
But explain to me what you're doing to for a
genetics.
medicine check.
Canonically,
Yeah,
she
that's
would already
no.
recognize that
I-
you were the
Inside
one.
check on
you
nothing.
take a piece of hair and
No, you know
get,
what?
you
No,
get out
you know
your
what?
microscope and look at the DNA of the hair.
Medicine
like,
check
Give me
would
a
be
second.
guys. Medicine check would be for illness. So
Okay.
I'll save you the trouble. As Dilbert like says, "Hey Kruger, this guy kind of looks like you." It's just like, I don't know. I'll kind of like.
Wait, was I? Oh, I'm
I
sorry.
punch you really hard in the arm.
Ow, you dick! No.
I'll take the hood off and I'll pull my scarf down and I'll step.
step. Okay, you step out from behind.
I'll do it.
No, yep.
Mm-hmm.
Gonna find out eventually.
Do you say anything?
I just look at him.
What's up, bro?
Sure.
I just look at him.
What's up, bro?
What's up?
What's good?
What's up?
You can see the like serious disposition kind of melt away into absolute shock. The eyebrows raise up to the hairline, the jaw kind of where it was a little bit clenched, kind of relaxes slightly and his mouth opens. Elijah!
What the
And he steps forward towards, like, to push the group to the side. Do you all move out of the way?
I guess so.
You're not moving?
Can I?
I don't think
feel
that I'd be
bad.
in front or in the way, but I think I'd step a little bit closer to Kruger.
But you're not obstructing his path, is what I'm asking.
No, yeah.
Okay, sure. He kind of shoves his way around and just wraps you in a big bear.
Aww.
Like, crushes you.
Oh, ow, ow, okay.
By the gods, I thought I'd never see you again.
That was not the welcoming I thought I was gonna expect. Oh,
He's just still, like, crushing you.
can you drop me?
He kind of drops you back down to the ground, holds you at arm's length, and then you see this scowl form and he shoves you hard.
Oh!
What is wrong with you? You've worried everyone to death. Mother's sick with worry. And here you are, gallivanting with these fugitives? What's wrong with you?
We're fugitives?
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 You're
Wait,
fugitive!
What do you mean we're fugitives?
Why are they
What do you have to say for yourself?
Why are they fugitives?
Why are you speaking so weirdly?
Alright, this
Elijah.
seems a little bit...
I'm confused.
Yeah, and who's Elijah?
And who? Who are you?
Yeah, what
I
the?
get it.
What?
What is happening?
This is Elijah.
That's it.
No, this is.
I get it.
No, this is Kruger. He's our friend.
Yeah, but maybe it's best you stay quiet for a little bit.
Am I missing something here?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh.
Yes, still, but you're missing something.
Okay, well, you have to promise to tell me all this later.
He kind of leans back from you and the scowl has kind of melted away into like narrowed eyes. So, you're still the exact same as you were, hmm?
Oh.
You always could fight giant bug creatures?
No. No.
Why on earth are you talking like that?
It's This is very conflicting. It's complicated, alright? You know it's been complicated.
Right. Well,
Everyone, I'd
I
like you to meet...
expected to see my brother. It seems as if I've misstepped.
Oh,
Everyone meet my brother.
that makes a lot more sense.
Hello,
Yeah.
Kruger's brother.
Pleasure to meet you.
His brother's name.
It's Jaffa, right? This one's Jaffa? Yeah, I thought so.
Jaffa?
Yeah, this one.
Like
Everybody
chocolate?
meet Jaffa Tukadok, one of the brightest and shining knights of the Grimlarcian Legion, prodigal and proud son to Percival Tukadok.
How's that name spelled, sorry?
Jaffa.
J.
Like the-
J-A-F-F. J-A-F-F-A.
Like
Jaffa.
the chocolate.
Like the chocolate.
Nice.
Don't ask where it came from. It's Jaffa.
And who's Elijah?
I'm Elijah.
This is my little brother,
Oh,
Elijah,
yes.
who I believe has been laboring under a false identity when traveling with you all, or perhaps not exactly the brother that I thought you were.
You can just pick a name.
Was your brother like a brave warrior who fought giant bugs, fought a giant dragon beast that was like, undead?
Someone that's kind and friendly and cares for other people.
Oh yeah, that one.
I love Margaret.
Is that?
I mean, technically, we have done all those things now.
Yeah, that was the giant dragon beast. Oh, that's something I should also tell you. That's probably some of the suspicious figures we're doing. There's an undead dragon beast in the mountains.
We saved everyone from that.
You should probably
That was
fight that.
us. Yeah.
Avalon, I'm fairly certain that we are the
Oh, I put
suspicious-
that together, but like I'm assuming that you know like there won't be another false arrest situation again because remember how that turned out last time.
And last time it was pretty much entirely this guy's fault. I point directly at Lawrence and
He's
just
gone.
go, "Oh, he's
What?
oh okay."
Did he just like do a
It was-
fadeaway?
Kimberly?
It was that guy's fault.
Kimberly's still
We
here.
didn't actually do anything wrong, but he just accused us of a lot of stuff, and we only narrowly got away from it.
Where did your bus go?
Not my boss.
Are you in charge here?
Certainly not.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Guildcrest really isn't your style, I would have thought, brother. So why
What
are
makes
you
you
here?
say that?
You normally like to be all cushioned and comfied up and enjoying all the spotlight back at home, so why are you out here?
Oh, roasted.
You watch as he was studying you all very closely, Now he seems very closed off. Well, if that's how you feel, brother, I had expected it would be good to see you again, but, well, Kruger, suppose I'll be taking my leave. And then he turns on his heel and goes.
Pleasure to meet you.
I'd
That's
like to say
right.
the same.
Don't
Look like
forget
a
the
good
name.
soldier.
He's moving on.
Okay. I thought I wasn't.
That was rude.
I just like watch him as he like walks off.
So what do we call you?
Kruger would be fine. It would
Okay.
be preferred.
That'll be easier on my brain. I'm gonna keep calling you the same thing.
Good. Thank you, Dilbert. I prefer that. What the what?
Not a good practice to take into life,
Yeah,
everyone.
don't do that.
Whereabouts does
What?
Jaffa head?
You're watching him?
Yeah.
Roll a perception check for me.
What's not a good practice? Did I say something wrong?
I just think, like, if somebody asks, like, I don't think just because you know somebody by some name means that you should continue to call them that. If you think about it. Think about people that decide to change their name because it doesn't fit for them.
Oh,
True.
yeah, of course. 100%. That's totally get that. I feel like this is a slightly different scenario
Sure.
in case of
Yeah, Dilbert would just be being a dick knob.
yeah.
Dick
That
knob.
was
But-
good.
Dick
But-
knob.
What'd you get?
An 18.
An 18.
Plus 0 is
You
18.
watch as Jaffa moves through the crowd. There's kind of, you guys have caused a little bit of commotion. People are kind of stopping and staring at what's happened, because it's not often that people get into it with Grimoisian Legion officials, especially not one as high as Lawrence Sealand. And you can see that there's kind of a stirring further into the distance, and Jaffa appears to be heading towards that, which is like kind of around the base of a cliffside.
Are we gonna get arrested?
I don't know.
Surely if they wanted to arrest us, they would have done that by now.
What did he?
Is
Wait,
your brother gonna arrest us?
I feel like if he wanted to arrest us, he would have done it by now. But what
That's
did he?
fair enough.
But why are we fugitives? We didn't do anything. I mean, I thought I would have been in trouble, but I don't understand why you guys are labeled as fugitives.
I've got no idea. I think I'm already in the tavern, so.
But yeah, I think you.
Just walked up.
Yeah, I'll need a drink after all that, please.
Sure. So you guys are heading into the tavern now, or what are you guys doing?
I will head into the tavern with these two if they go.
I'm going in.
I'll go in too.
Sure.
I need to sleep. Dilbert's
Can-
tired.
Can I make anything else? Can I make any more out about this commotion that's happening at the cliff face?
Not unless you move closer. You can just hear, like, you know when there's rumblings in a place, but it's far away in the distance. Like you can feel that there's something happening over there, and you can hear like raised voices shouting to another. You can hear, like the clanging of metal is pretty loud here because of how much smithing and refining gets done, and mining in general. It's not so much like this is not a refinery place. That was much more Runelorm style. This is more just like the mining of ores that you can hear. Like you can hear clanging, you can hear the rumble of the wheels of these trolleys as they go up and down the side of the cliff face, the jangle of these chains as they hoist these different buckets that are almost like the size of skip bins up the side of this cliff.
You're huge.
Does it look like a big deal, or could it just be anything else that's going
You
on?
can't directly see what's happening over there. You just know that that's the direction that Jaffa was heading, and it sounds like there's something going on there.
Could I? I'm just gonna take a look down there. It looks like something might be going on. I'll be back in a moment.
Wait, are you
Do you need a friend?
I think it's probably best that I don't draw too much attention.
gonna be all right?
I'll
At least
shoot a lightning bolt in the air. I'll make some noise.
Maybe.
At least
Well, I could
one
go
person
with
with
you if you would like.
That-
As long as you don't
I'll-
drown me again.
I apologize. I'll try my very best. We won't
Well,
be jumping.
fortunately, it looks like the snow's limited.
I have a bad relation between A9 and water.
All right.
Gator's nemesis.
We'll be back shortly. Don't stress. If we're not back in an hour, then maybe you can worry.
I'll begin to stress.
I'm already stressed, A9. I'm very stressed. My brother is here, far away from home. Why? And why are you fugitives? I don't understand. Now I feel like it's my fault. Did you all get, like, lumped in because of something I did?
They would be lumped in anyway. I don't think any of us would just leave you behind.
Kruger, we were accused of all sorts of crimes before anyone knew that you were who you are. Don't blame this on yourself.
This
It's
is
not your fault.
totally not your fault.
If anything, it's Dilbert's fault.
Yeah, that's kind of true.
I'm only joking.
Well, I mean,
And by the way, thank you, everyone, for not immediately hounding me about the Elijah thing.
I get it.
Everyone's got their secrets. Looks
Into
at
the tavern.
I just, like, eyed Audrey off.
you guys have secrets.
Sure. So you guys enter into the tavern. For the rest of you who are entering in, Kimberly will stay behind with A9. You notice that this place is kind of quiet for a tavern. You guys arrived at kind of an odd time for it to be quiet, I think. It's like you had, almost the full day of travel. It's probably approaching 7 in the evening, I think, is where you guys, so you guys didn't long rest, I think.
No, we have not.
So, yeah, I think it'll probably be close to 6:37ish when you guys get into the tavern, but it seems relatively quiet. There is a kind of grandiose feeling to the tavern building. It's rather homely, but it looks kind of similar to Gosa in that it can house people who are larger, though you don't think that it's necessarily giant size. It looks like perhaps maybe half giant size, or maybe closer to, like, not quite Rog size, but Goliath size, half giant. It looks like it can house people who are very tall and very bulky. But the people that you see here seem hardened by hours upon hours of tough work. All of the delts that you see here are huge on people. Like, they've got from repetitive throwing a pickaxe over your head. The miners have, like, dust all over their faces, all over their arms, this grime that's kind of coated in. You can see flecks of metals that are kind of collecting in people's hair. They all seem to be rugged up, and the actual shirts that they wear and the clothing that they wear seems to be wool to withstand the temperatures, but also not to overheat them too much when they're in the mines. The actual building itself seems mostly roughly hewn wood. It's like looks kind of like a standard oak wood, but there are stains all over the place. There's just this, like, scorch mark that seems to be spreading from the center of a table outwards onto the floor, and it looks like the table's been shifted slightly over time away from the scorch mark, but it appears that somebody just blasted something down onto the top to spray across the floor, almost like a sunburst. There appears to be maybe only about, like, 10 people in the actual tavern, including the waitstaff, the barkeep.
Shit.
Hey, at least it's not busy.
And you can see behind the bar, there's a kind of, he's probably in his mid-50s or 60s, and he's quite tall and burly. He's got these massive biceps and shoulders that have these weird kind of swirling tattoos that move down the arm and kind of wrap around. They almost look a little bit like barbed wire in how jagged they are. and he's surprisingly wearing a sleeveless kind of tunic of wool, whereas you'd expect him to, in the cold temperatures, be wearing something a little bit more, I suppose, a little bit more insulating, let's say. But he seems to, he's got the straight, just white hair that's pushed back. It appears that he may have been in some sort of accident because one of his eyes doesn't track across the room quite as well as the other. Seems to move a little bit slowly.
I'll approach the bar, hop up on a stool. 1 ale, please. Anyone else want anything?
You just hop up onto the stool. You kind of put your
Yeah.
hands up and then hoist up.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, for real.
You can see he puts both hands on the table and kind of peers down at you.
Hi.
Well, you look like hell, kid.
I feel worse.
He points to his ear and then just does this sign.
Oh,
You need to enunciate a little bit.
I feel worse.
You feel worse?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know how you were feeling earlier, but I can help with that. And he kind of pulls out a tankard from underneath his onto the table.
Good start. Thank you.
You don't need to yell. I just said enunciate.
Oh, sorry.
He laughs and just kind of passes off this frothing beer that's kind of like spilling over the side and sloshes in front of you.
Did he read Kobold Mouth?
You can try.
I down it.
Do you have a bed? Please.
You don't need to yell, kid.
Sorry.
How many beds do you have in like a room?
Well, it depends how many of all y'all there are.
It's like
7.
not 8. Because
Kimberly.
Oh, 8.
8.
2 of us aren't here.
Yes.
I mean, we got plenty of space. Depends on what kind of rooms you're looking for.
Oh, can we do that?
Actually, he can't read your lips,
No.
so he can't hear what you're saying.
You need to take the mask
Oh,
off.
how about lift something up?
Take the mask off. There you go.
And then you
Yeah, repeat my question.
Interesting point, but yeah, he couldn't tell before. Well, it depends on what kind of rooms you're looking for.
Like 4 beds in a room? Is that the thing? Or like a double and 2 singles?
We don't necessarily have communal rooms. We have 2 that are 2 beds. We have a couple of singles left to probably do your well and a double.
Dilbert, you want the double?
You guys could
look,
share a single.
I'm good to sleep on the
Single
floor.
You guys can top and tail on a single, but just put a pillow in the middle as a divider.
That's
Yeah,
true.
true.
I can sleep on a dog bed.
Dog bed?
No, this is... Yeah, they don't sleep.
How much cheaper would it be to sleep on a pillow?
He squints at you.
They'd have big pillows, wouldn't they? Like pretty large
for
size
us,
pillows.
yeah.
What?
I guess.
I don't think I've ever had that question before.
Oh, I don't know if you've ever had someone as small as me here before.
Well, we get all sorts of folks around here. Tall, small.
I kind of like hop up onto the counter. Because I'm assuming he's peering down over.
Whoa.
Like
Feet
George
off the
Foot.
top.
I jump back down onto a chair.
He pulls out a rag and just slowly begins wiping it.
Don't piss off.
Can we get like 8 beds total split amongst rooms?
I just gave you your options, dude.
Ah.
He pulls out this massive leather tome, plonks it down on the table, and is staring at it as he kind of writes into it. It's very scratchy writing, and you think it's more for his note. So he'll give you 2 that have 2 beds in each. 1 that's a double, so that's that's 6 that you can fit in there.
I can sleep on the ground. So
and then
that's-
2 singles.
Cool.
Is what I give you.
And
Who's gonna use
then
the dog?
one for
That's only
Dilbert to
one
sleep on the
bed.
ground.
We'll
So
all.
fucking gay. Crazy.
How
I
much?
had no singles left.
Oh no, what a shame.
Oh,
We have to share a bed, Kimberly.
Oh, they didn't give us a blanket. We're gonna have to cuddle for
Kimberly,
one.
oh no. Dubit stole one of our pillows. I guess we have to share a pillow now as well.
For real, for real.
You're gonna give Lee a gay panic.
One thing that I'm tied to the roof or something.
Don't be too the party people, but A9 doesn't sleep in beds.
Yeah, exactly.
There
So
will be
A9
enough
and
beds for
Dubit don't
everybody.
need a bed.
You should use a bed.
I can
You're not
use a-
going to get good rest otherwise.
Yeah, you probably won't.
Oh,
I'm just sleeping in my sleeping bag on the ground.
Well, you can sleep in a
Just
bed. We've
sleep
got the
on
bed.
a bed.
we just paid for a bed.
Oh, fine, I'll
Haven't
sleep
pa-
on a bed.
How much
God
money?
damn.
It's 5 silver pieces per person per night.
Me and Kruger will sleep in a single bed.
1, 2, sorry.
We'll just
four,
go
five,
top and
six.
tail
I got
in a
it.
single bed.
You sure?
Can I get it?
Okay.
Yay. Can I get it?
Oh yeah, you got.
I really want to get it.
Yeah, you gotta make a dent in that
I
platinum,
really
dog.
think I should.
I got 10 plat as well.
Why are you guys rich?
I only have
Give me
70
coins.
gold.
I've only got 120 gold.
I'm
passive
probably the
perception, just put a
poorest
pin
in
bucket.
party.
I just keep getting money.
How much for the beer?
Oh, kid, that's on the house.
How much for another?
That's on the house too. You look like you need it.
Thank you.
Can I get like a red wine or something?
Oh, a red
Do you
wine?
have like wine?
He
They might have mead.
he turns back and just so you guys know, he won't be able to interact
Yeah.
with you now. You can just see him kind of like pulling bottles off the shelf, just kind of like slamming them down in front, like looking at them. You can catch like the brief side profile as he like looks back towards Avalon and is like, puts it back. Eventually he reaches around to the back of the shelf and pulls forward this like dusty dark brown coloured bottle that's got like spider webs crawling up the side and it kind of like pulls away strangely from the surface of the shelf.
I saw a bottle like that once in the waste.
and
It's just buried in sand.
he pulls out this like rag and begins to like dust it off.
That was some good wine in the sand.
Sand wine.
You watch as he swirls it once, like uncorks it with like a and just kind of looks into it for a second, smells it, and then recorks it, like turns back around. Well, this'll probably be the best I can do for you. It's some fancy syrupy stuff from down south.
I guess. How much?
Oh, you know what? You can have it.
I'll take the bottle. I'm talking. Sniff it.
Sniff it. Okay. Roll a Constitution save.
No, wonderful. That's a good sign.
It's poison.
You get a plus something.
Oh, plus 5.
Yeah, true.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, because we're all around you. Yeah.
That's a 19.
With a 19, it's not like you don't pass out, but this
Federal.
is like strong alcohol. This is really strong shit.
no.
Do you have like a small glass? I don't think it's wine. I think it's much stronger.
Well, I think it's been sitting for a while, but and he kind of looks down, pulls out like almost it looks shorter than a shot glass. It's like a half shot glass, and like passes it off to you. This is the smallest I can do.
Pour like half a glass of that.
Yeah. You sip it. Immediately, all of these flavors just kind of explode on your mouth. It kind of feels a little bit like you know when you bite into a really juicy like plum or a nectarine? That's what it feels like. It just kind of like seeps into the back of your mouth and like warms it a little bit. It's kind of sweet, but it's not overwhelmingly so. It actually tastes quite nice.
This is really good.
Can I?
I'll pour Val like a shot glass.
Roll a con save for me, Val.
Yeah, plus
Also
5.
plus 5.
This is actually like really good stuff. I'm surprised you gave it to me for free.
Come on.
I passed the bottle of Krieger.
Val's the jury.
Don't go too hard on it.
You got +6 on that.
Yeah, these guys get
22.
Cronked.
22.
I'm
Holy
getting
shit.
fucked up to know.
Somebody fail, please.
All right. I'll take a big swig.
Of the bottle?
Krugan.
I told you not to go hard. I told you it's strong.
Roll
you're
a
a
con
small-
save with disadvantage.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's
to be
really
fair,
+5.
Con has high con. Don't you?
I'm +8.
Yeah.
Plus, don't get the +5.
Val, you get the same
You have
as
insane.
Abelard did.
You
It
have
feels
a-
like
That's still pretty good. You get a
it's
+5. and
one of
a +8,
those
that's 8.
drinks that kind of flows down your throat a little bit, warms the chest. It's a little bit nutty. It's surprisingly complex
saved
for
Con.
what it looks like. It's like a really thick liquid, almost like you're drinking like. You guys know what agave is? It's kind of like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
That's it. That's what it looks like.
It's like a syrup.
Oh,
Yeah,
God.
it's like a syrupy thing.
Val approves.
Yeah.
What's that face people one that you drink and you go, they just,
It's like really good. Have you
18.
tried it?
it was quite the drip there.
Oh, I see. That's right, pretentious.
What's going on?
Oh, they were laughing that my shirt says CUCK. It stands for the Chinese University of Hong Kong.
And on the back
Oh.
it says, I'm an exchange
exchange
student.
Very.
I'm an exchange student at the University of Cuck. That's awful.
I am an exchange cock.
This is one of my favorite shirts.
What did you get?
18.
An 18? Fuck you guys! Seriously! I'm sick of this shit.
This is just a highly
Yes, a
toxic
plus
poison,
30.
right? Just go-
I can leave.
Huh?
No.
I can stop with the.
No,
with
no,
with
no. I thought you were just like, I'm leaving the table. I don't
No.
this shit.
No, because I rolled a 5, +8, +5.
That's something I need to.
Where's the +8 come from?
Him!
I'm
Don't
proficient.
worry, I'm
Oh.
writing it down. I'm storing the info for later.
Everyone-
How high do the poison DCs have to be?
Oh no,
No
guys.
one is nice to me. Fuck you all.
We're all gonna get poisoned.
We're all gonna get
What
poisoned.
goes in must come
Look,
out.
I don't have a high con. I could take a sip.
Don't
is like-
do it.
Guys, we're not playing Russian roulette. Who's gonna fail the saving throw? It feels pretty much the same as what you already got. It's quite pleasant after a while. Like you feel much warmer drinking it.
Giddy.
That was nice.
This is the fancy shit from the Vendasian Valley or whatever the hell down there. You know where they like grow all the grapes and shit. I don't know. Somebody sold it to me. I'm taking it. You guys can have it by all means.
Would you like to try some?
Hell no.
We should feed it to Lawrence.
I think he might
Oh.
actually like it.
Just a quick little pointer. If you drink too much of this in a day, and he kind of like leans closer to you, it might go a little bit poorly for you.
Has
So,
someone died before?
He, well,
Is it the Scorch Mark?
not that I,
Can I
not that
inside?
I know of.
Can I inside check and just see if he's bullshitting? Nah, not good. That's a 13.
You don't think so?
Cool.
He's kind of being vague and like a little bit weird, but he's not like, oh, don't you worry about the scorch mark. It's people I'd get a little bit rowdy and well, let's just say games get a little bit out of hand.
All right.
Was that annoying, haircut, slimy, douchey wizard seer kind of giving you trouble before, or just being annoying and in your way?
That sounds like a personal vendetta.
Nah. Of course not.
No way! How can it be personal?
I don't think I know who you're talking about.
I give a vague description of Lawrence. It's like, and he looks kind of like, you got like the hair, he's got the robes, he's with the Legion.
He's
literally
standing
outside
before.
He was outside
I don't
before.
think I paid much mind to him. It's kind of hard to catch my... Bro. Kind of hard to catch my attention unless you're right in front of me.
Right. Nah, it's...
Like that cat cough meme.
Oh no, I'm worried about it.
Yeah, that...
Yeah. Right.
Like those little kids when they cough.
Yeah. Okay. Well, do you know why the Legion are snooping around? Especially that pretty boy before. Did you see him?
I don't necessarily swing that way.
Oh, yes.
But to each their own.
The Prince Charming looking knight.
You're not
sort-
helping.
This isn't helping.
Okay, I'm gonna call it a night. I'm gonna go to one of the rooms and have a
You're not
snooze.
helping. Oh, Prince Charming, pretty boy.
That's what he looks like!
It's his brother, man.
Why are you talking about your brother like
He, like,
Big gulp.
He's been watching you guys very closely and catches that and just kind of like his eyes wide.
that?
Oh, all of your drinks are definitely on the house, kid.
No.
Look, I saw some Grimoisian Legion making their way into into town. A couple of days ago now, some sort of official business. There might have been a couple of pretty boys there if you're interested.
How about I put another shot of the drink?
What's a pretty boy?
Ow,
I'll tell you what.
dude.
What did she do? Just jump on you or?
No, she's
The horse.
just-
She stabbed in my foot with a friggin' toe.
Yeah, she does that.
Dilbert,
Molly killing people.
I'll tell you what pretty boy means later. I just want to.
What?
Okay.
No, I just want to sit here. I just want to.
I don't know if
I
I,
just
want to
wanna-
know anymore.
I just want to be.
Okay, I'm definitely going to bed. I'm gonna leave these two to talk about
What
pretty
time
boys.
is it?
Like 7 or 8, you said?
Yeah.
Okay. So, it's
so
like
early. Still
Yeah.
dinner time.
Well, do you have any like food and stuff we can buy?
Oh, sure. If you don't mind meat.
Oh, I love
Oh,
meat.
should we restock on rations? Is that?
Well, we can go to the
Nah.
general store for that.
Yeah,
I think
that's-
just like a hot meal would be lovely. Unless we
Please
do a
say that.
general store as well.
Well, no, but I could, I guess. What are you looking for?
Oh, like just first like hot meal. The stuff will come before.
Well, we do the hot meals definitely, but the rations and stuff like that, you're gonna have to be looking elsewhere unless you're a fan of jerky, and more jerky.
Yo, we love.
You know where the general store is?
Jerky's good.
Yeah, it's like he thinks for a second. Well, when you step out of here, it's immediately to the left, and then you keep heading down that main thoroughfare a little bit more. You'll pass, Ezra's, then you'll move past Ezra's and take a right on the same block. Then you should be at the general store.
Thank you very much. That's very helpful.
That's actually very concise.
Would you know of anywhere that sells armor?
Yeah, there's plenty of like smithing places in here. There's I have to check my notes for this. Excuse me, everyone.
Let me check my notes.
Let me check my notes.
Well,
Let me check my notes.
Jab on the head.
Jab on
the fucking chair go there. I can see the chair going as you like.
Oh no.
Did we fix the chairs?
No.
Oh,
We're
well,
gonna get new chairs when we can.
One
Yeah,
that was
I'm looking into it.
We'll discuss that when we get a chance.
Yes.
the horse one.
Yes.
So
There's a
Don't
horse?
collapse the chair.
not collapse the chair tonight.
Unless you want to kill Molly. You wouldn't do that.
That would
Jay.
be.
Don't kill the dog, please.
Please don't kill dog.
Right.
Oh, haha. Wait, what did you want?
Leah just wrote down crew guy gay.
He's coming out.
Crew gay.
Crew gay.
Sasbalot and Kruger.
Allies for life, let's go.
Allies. A little bit.
Not a little bit more.
That's how Lemon's got his pink camera. It's in his apartment, pink and purple, for the party time.
Why do things go wrong for me? Fucking hell.
Everything. Well, it's because you live in a human society, and that just kind of happens.
Dude, we live in a society.
We live in a society.
Even if you go back to going by Elijah? Elijah.
Oh,
Elijah's.
Yeah.
Elijah.
Yeah.
I have a
You're not safe.
No.
You cannot escape.
That's good.
Elijah.
Elijah.
Yeah.
Yes!
That's fantastic.
Work it.
Yes.
We've already had the Slay clan, so
Yeah,
Elijah.
Elijah.
Be part of the Slay clan.
Um,
Introduce yourself as Elijah Slay.
Slay's my middle name.
I'm a ceramic group. Who wants like a meal?
I would love anything.
I'll
No
have a
thanks.
chicken palm with chips.
That sounds really good.
What?
Whoa.
Is a chicken parma's canonically
No.
in this
Why
one?
is chicken
Not-
parma?
Not here. This
I'm
guy
kidding.
is like, hey, I only sell jerky and meat. And you're like, you know what?
Come down and bread for me.
Yeah.
I will
chicken parm.
have meat and bread, please.
Mark, you know what?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's your first strike.
No, that's not a
was
strike.
trying,
That's
no.
me rolling. I rolled a 6. So
Psychic
yeah,
damage?
I mean, he sells a really bad palm.
It's jerky covered in jerky covered in jerky with some jerkies on the side.
It's like a chicken ballotine where they wrap it in like the jerky. It's like mold.
It's just, it's not even chicken, it's just a random bird that he killed us.
Sarsaparilla.
Yes,
He cooks the whole bird and then wrapped it in
Body
jerky.
mask being sassy.
There you go, that's
Body.
your
Oh.
chicken parma.
Well, if you're looking for,
Oh, nice.
thank you everyone for pausing. I have now found in my extremely long
Oh my
notes-
god.
Jesus Christ.
Your notes chapter.
Oh, it's Pharaoh.
Holly.
It's actually unhinged. Guys, my tally of notes has only gotten worse.
Oh.
I just have one with the letter K. I have 473 notes in my phone right now.
Oh no.
Some of them are just the letter K. One of them is the number 14, and then 4 spaces down, the number 9.
Oh.
Okay.
This is like the, you know, when people go mad and they like do some crazy shit, they like look at the ramblings of like the psychotic killer. This is what this is. I've got one that says Wagyu and matcha.
Wagyu?
Yeah. Wagyu, bro.
Wagyu? Wagyu?
Wagyu.
Wagyu?
Wagyu.
Wow, Luigi.
Wagyu. Well, if you're looking for, let's say, some of the better armor, you're probably not exactly going to get that here. This is more of a, you know, a mining place rather than outfitting any combatants or anything like that. But I do have a friend down at Clemaker's. You could try and see if they'd be willing to sell you some armor. They've got pretty basic stuff for travel and all of that. Also, the weaponsmith of the place, so maybe they could help you out. I don't know if they do custom or anything, but depends on what you're looking to buy.
Cool. Thank you.
Not a problem.
We didn't catch this guy. Did we catch this guy's name?
No.
Nope. Alright, I'm just gonna finish my second drink in a big gulp. Like, I like this place. You're cool. I'm Krugar. I didn't catch your name before.
Oh, people around here just call me Uncle.
Uncle?
Uncle.
Thanks, Uncle.
What's the tavern called? Did we see when we came in?
Nah, you guys were distracted by Sealand, distracted by...
Is it Uncle's Bunkle?
No.
Taking my notes,
No.
and I'm leaving.
No.
Checking my notes. It's
This
not
is for
Uncle's.
Let me check all of my notes here.
Just
This one
casual
right
flirt.
here says that Jack's a bitch.
I'm just glad I've made my way into the notes somewhere.
What's a bunkle?
Please don't. Please, James. James.
What's a bunkle?
Don't feed into it.
No.
Please.
Kill it before it
Anyways,
grows.
is there any sort of like would we find a name on like a card or something, like a business?
Oh no, this place isn't like he doesn't have it's just whipping out business cards. By the way. No, it would be on a sign out the front. You could go at the store and come back in. But
No,
you'll probably
tomorrow.
see it tomorrow, yeah.
How many people want meals? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Kimberly, get one for Kimberly.
Yeah,
Get one
just
for
in
Fred.
case.
Seven meals.
6.
Whoa.
A9 doesn't eat.
Well, yeah, but Kimberly does.
Oh shit. No, there's
Does
6.
Kimberly
No,
eat?
I'm
I
not.
thought
No,
Kimberly
I'm
was
not.
dead.
I don't want any food.
You don't want to eat?
No, thank you. I don't want any food.
Okay, 6. 6 meats.
Well, it's not just meat. I mean, I got some other stuff. I've got like potato,
Yo, I could do
Or-
with a potato.
or
Yeah.
like you know, if you want like some green stuff, I've got like cabbage.
Some
Yeah.
mold from the
Oh,
He's just scraping stuff up.
The jerky gets moldy and he just scrapes it off and calls it cabbage.
puts it out as seasoning.
like
Salt.
Uncle's not in the business of poisoning people.
You know
He
what?
almost poisoned
Well-
us.
Not
True.
true. You don't know what happens.
You know what?
He just said not to drink a lot.
I'll have a spud. I'll have a potato.
Just a potato?
I'll skip out on the potato. I only want the meat.
You just do you want me to cook the potato or
Oh,
like?
yeah. Yes. Sorry, it's just I've had a day.
I think I can do better than a potato for you. Don't worry about it. And he will kind of jot it down in his book. That'll be 3 silver pieces each. So work it out as you will. I'll go and get those started for you.
I just give him 3 gold.
Job. He gladly takes it. Thank you kindly.
Is that everyone?
I think that'd probably pay for the bottle as well.
Yeah. How about I go sit down at the table?
All right. Really quickly,
You're-
we're gonna jump over to A9 and
Yes.
Kimberly.
Ooh.
See what we got.
Quimblewee.
Please don't.
Kimberly.
Wimbley.
Oh, Quimblewee.
Quimblewee.
More like
No.
Quimblewee.
Kimberly.
I'm gonna ignore that you said cringily.
That was in response to Lucky's.
Quimblewee.
We're gonna nip that in the bud
Quimblewee.
now.
We're gonna move on. So Kimberly and A9.
Sorry, I tried to do it before you, but you finished really quickly.
Cracking open a cold one with the boys.
Yeah.
For real.
I was just
Nice,
cracking one
yo.
open too.
Yeah, cracking open a cold one with the boys.
Downtown.
Cracking open a cold one with the boys. Hey, does anyone else want to crack open a cold one with the boys?
Yes.
That was the well done, Dave. Thank you.
I drank all my tea. There's nothing left.
There'll be round 2.
We need.
There will be when we get to a break.
No,
But
but-
first, there is stuff.
First,
We've taken up enough time.
Stop.
I'm gonna start another tally for Lockie, just specifically for Lockie.
I think I already got my own book
Oh,
jelly
that's-
somewhere else.
All the times Lockie annoys me.
Every time Lucky annoys
Ruined
Holly,
my
he has to
time.
lower his seat by a
I'm
little bit.
surprised Lucky got one of those before Joe.
Oh, you don't know that.
Fucking phenomenal at annoying people.
Yes.
So, you begin to head off in the direction that you were.
I should add when. Oh, I'm gonna try to act discreetly, and I'll
Sure.
signal to Kimberly that we're trying to be quiet.
Oh,
I'll be noticed.
of course. She, like, at first, just kind of, like, stiffly stands there for a second, and then, like, shakes loose the, like, the tension, and then begins to, like, kind of just stroll, hands kind of behind the back, next to you. So, A9, what exactly brings you all this way?
I really don't know. I mean, I woke up. I didn't know what else to do other than follow the people who surround us now, and so I have. Just walking around trying to find out what woke me up. Why?
So you follow your whims, would you say?
I suppose. I mean, recently I've found bits and bobs that that are reminding me a bit more of my past, and I'd like to learn more about it. But at the moment, I'm just going with the wind,
Are
going
they
with the group.
good things that you've found, or?
I'm not 100% sure yet.
Well, for what it's worth, I think going with things is a rather noble pursuit, if I do say so myself. I wish that I myself was a little bit more like that.
It seems like a lot of people depend on you, though.
How unfortunate it is sometimes to be needed, but not necessarily want to be.
That's so sad.
So deep, bro.
Every time she
Damn.
just comes out with the saddest thing, man. Every
Just
time.
sad shit all the time,
But
bro.
for real though. Damn.
Alexa played Despacito.
Happened to me
No,
too, mate. Like, I
for real.
understand.
You gotta stop.
you're on thin ice. Much like last
Thin
session.
eyes. Oh.
Yeah.
Call back, real G's no.
Go check out last episode.
Let me lighten the mood. Kimberly, what do you do when you're not working and following us? Stop!
Sorry.
He's trying.
I've not really had much time for pleasurable pursuits.
There's nothing you would like to try, nothing you enjoy?
It's been a while since I've done something just because I enjoyed doing it. I do enjoy reading, of course, but most of it's been studying. I was rather unwell a few cycles ago, and I spent most of my time reading then, but I quite enjoy learning about magic. It's interesting to me. Finding out why people do the things they do, I also find rather fascinating.
Interesting. Magic. Do you practice at all? I mean, other than, the dumb question.
Well, I would like to practice more, but it seems as if my magical ability has mostly been gifted to me, so they say, by the gods. So the pleasurable pursuit of learning is not necessarily as pleasurable as it perhaps could be.
I've noticed, I mean, I hope I'm not...
Stop breaking the chain.
Do it more.
Pause behind you.
Behind you.
I noticed your eyes. They look very different to most of the other people I'm familiar with.
Strange, you mean? And she had put the illusion back up. She's dropped it now. And you can see that same eye that swirls these purple kind of spectral shapes within the iris that kind of rotate around, almost like a flare that kind of expands outwards. They seem to just kind of gently rotate around the iris.
Fascinating. Do these seem familiar at all?
The eye?
Like the pattern, or have I ever heard or seen anything about this sort of eye before?
Roll an Arcana check for me, or a religion check.
Certainly can. Arcana, it will be tragically only a 15.
You've never seen anything like this before. You think that whatever gives her magic to her might have... I mean, I think A9 was there when she spoke about the wound in her forearm. Was A9 there? I'm not sure.
Technically, we were all there, like, around Kimberly at the table.
That's
I
why I'm
don't
wondering
know
if
if
A9
Jane-
was actually there, though.
I think it was everyone but Abelard.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
Because, yeah.
So you know from a magical accident, like she was involved in, it is possible for vestiges to be left behind on the individual, and you think this might have something to do with that accident.
The eyes.
Yeah, the eye. So it's just one eye.
Oh, it's only one?
Yeah,
Okay.
only one eye.
It's a lot of information. I've forgotten where we were.
You just asked her about the eye. She dropped the illusion.
Yep.
Well, when you are touched by a god and brought to a different plane of existence, sometimes they leave behind fragments of their own power. I guess you could say I was lucky in some ways and not so lucky in others. And she lifts the forearm that you know has the perpetually like wounded like mark like in her forearm. You can still see like the bandages that kind of peek around the top.
This is all so beyond me.
God
Incredible.
stuff, isn't it?
Are we getting close to the commotion?
I understand you and I get you. I
She's-
understand.
she's
Living up
just
to that
so-
-1 Riz.
She's just so off-putting sometimes, I think, is the thing.
I feel you and
I
I
don't know what to
understand. I
say.
understand.
Well, I think that role plays perfectly because you got the -1 Riz.
Lily's like,
Lily's got the -1.
That sucks and we're all gonna
for
die. And
you-
you're just like, oh my god.
Valkyrie's like, yeah.
Unfortunately for you, no. You're probably not even halfway.
Alright, lovely.
You can hear the sounds getting louder, and you can hear what seems like the rumble of voices in the distance. As you pass, these kind of these buildings that seem a little bit Kit Kat. Look at the kitty. Oh
Right.
my god,
He's gonna
that's
kill me.
derailed me.
Sorry.
Little Kit Kat. Kitty cat.
While we're walking, I'd like to keep an eye out for a bookstore or a magic store as well.
Sure. Roll an investigation check for me.
Book.
Magic.
Stop being so sad. Have a book.
Did you say investigation?
Yeah.
7.
Oh.
Wait, no, wait. Plus, wait. Whoop, no, not 7. 11.
11.
Seven.
With an 7, 11. With an 11, Kimberly is very like off-putting sometimes. Like she just says stuff. She's very blunt and to the point, but still kind of never gives you fully the answer that you want. And it's kind of throwing you a little bit as somebody who really likes answers and likes to get to the bottom of things. Unfortunately, you don't find the magic store on your travels, but I'll say that you do pass a kind of... It's almost a little bit circular. It looks like one of those large like pottery kilns, you know, where they walk in and it's just like this dome. And then it's got like this kind of stacked up chimney at the top and this fire that kind of... you can even see through these like almost porthole windows. And it looks like a bookstore there.
Oh, lovely. I'll just take note of it mentally and continue walking.
Awesome. Kimberly will kind of... Actually, it looks...
Main party goal. Fix Kimberly depression.
I'm trying.
We just need to.
Kimberly kind of squints around
No,
and
not that kind of moment.
like
No, no, no.
They're gonna share a bed.
tilts back towards A9. You can see the illusion is back over the eye. I apologize if I made you uncomfortable. I'm not very good at speaking to other people. I don't do it often, unless I'm telling them usually bad news or bad but could be hopeful news.
I can relate with almost all of that except the last part.
Yeah. I apologize. I'm just not very good at making friends.
I need to apologize. You've made for quite interesting conversation.
Well, I did notice that you seem to be quite curious about the Lunaran cubes or cube that you found?
Yes, they're such a strange artifact. They're beautiful as well.
I only know a little bit about them, but I'm more than willing to share.
Oh, please
with you
do.
what I know. She kind of, she's. Kimberly's like a little bit awkward and like twitchy sometimes, like when she's trying to like give you some information about something, or like when she's trying to apologize. You notice that like her eyes never really stay fully on you; they're always scanning the area, and she is kind of squinting slightly. Her fingers are kind of tapping. There's awkward pausing in the conversation, but she actually begins to talk about the Lunaran cube with you. You notice that she seems a little bit lighter and a little bit more interested in it. Well, from what I know, and it is rather limited, but from my research into different planes of existence, I stumbled across the rather interesting belief system of, and she kind of ducks in closer to you. And Kimberly is taller than A9. And so she kind of like
Do a thing.
Slay.
I don't know what you're talking about.
And she kind of leans down to get closer to you, A9, and almost drops her voice down to a whisper about the Kingdom of Acheron. They have a rather intriguing belief around galaxies and the stars. They're quite fond of Malion specifically.
And how does this relate to the cubes?
Well, do you remember the cubes and what they look like?
Yes. Yes.
Galaxies, no?
I mean, now that you mention it, yes.
These cubes, I believe, might be a lost artifact of sorts from the previous dynasty of the Kingdom of Acheron. They're rather fond of the stars themselves and hope to one day return to them. I believe they do a little bit of work with, let's say, gravitational pulls.
Mm-hmm.
This explains like the pull you feel
Yeah,
when
that-
you look at them.
And it also
Well,
explains,
potentially.
It also explained the big gravity fucking thing that we did. Well, I did on the stairs. You weren't here for that.
Oh, true. I
Yeah.
forgot. Yeah.
When you unleash it, it was like a big gravity.
Yeah.
Now, as a man of science, I assumed you would be a little bit interested, at least a little bit, about the way that one might return to the stars.
What, do you somehow use these cubes? Or their
That's-
gravity?
As far as I got in my research, I'm not necessarily one for, let's say, returning to the stars myself, but I'd say there is most likely a way to do it with magic and technology.
Perhaps there's some sort of power source for a vessel of some kind.
I think if one were to employ the use of this type of magic that seems to be inherently embedded in these Lunaran cubes, perhaps you might be able to send something into the sky in a different way to how they do apparently in the Cardinal Triad. Slaint's quite an interesting material, but the Kingdom of Acheron have never been so interested in playing by the same rules as us regular folk. They're quite interested in ascension.
And what role does Slaint play in that?
Well, you've seen the floating ships, no?
Have I? We've
You
seen it.
have at Runalorm.
Right.
It's a little while ago now, but you have seen a floating ship.
Right.
It just wasn't floating in the air necessarily.
Okay. What are they powered by? Slaint somehow, or some sort of enchantment imbued into the Slaint?
You mentioned that you've forgotten some of your past. I don't suppose you have forgotten any encounters you've had with great ships of these sorts?
Can I? I don't think I can.
Well, and she seems quite excited to share her knowledge with you on what she knows. Well, as far as I know, really skilled magicians in the Cardinal Triad, the Archmages, the Bigwigs if you'd like to call them that. Mostly they are members of the Grimoisian Legion or the Triad of houses. They tend to apply certain levitating enchantments or perhaps magics to Slaint contained within a ship in order to make it fly through the air, but my thinking is that it's not quite strong enough to be sent into the stars, and that the Kingdom of Acheron is much more interested in ascending in their own way. They believe it to be a cultural and religious experience. It's one's role in life, one's purpose, to become one with the stars.
Fascinating. Do you know any more?
I know plenty more, depending on if you have questions.
You mentioned the 3. Did you say 3 houses? What was? Who are they?
So the Cardinal Triad is ruled by certain upper houses and lower houses, and then those upper and lower houses will form in a certain city or region a triad. Hence the Cardinal Triad name, not just for the continents, but for the 1 upper house and 2 lower houses that make up the triad of a city.
Right.
They're sort of the power system, but it's a little bit of a dog-eat-dog world down there. You never know exactly who's going to be on top in any given moment.
Interesting. I apologize, this might be common knowledge to some or most, but...
No, I find it refreshing. It's not often that you get the opportunity to share something that perhaps you find interesting, but others might not.
Have you had much involvement with the triad?
Roll an insight check.
Ooh.
21.
Oh.
You see, like, a twitch at the corner of her eye. And previously her gaze had kind of been locked onto you as she was sharing this information, but she's gone back to, like, fidgeting a little bit now, and her eyes are kind of scanning the space. My family was from White Pine, which is a rather powerful city in the Cardinal Triad. It's a, beautiful place on the outside, but rather rotten on the inside.
I know very little about it. I mean, the Cardinal Triad is the place that's fascinated me. I know very little about it at this moment, but I know that it has a rich history, including, or about Arcanoids. I believe this is
certainly
their place of origin.
And that's correct, yeah.
And I think in order to finish exploring my history, I might need to venture there at some stage. Maybe if the party travels, you can come with us.
Oh, I'm not sure the rest of your group would feel the same. I wouldn't want to be a burden.
You're hardly a burden. If anything, it'd be lovely to have you. I mean, coming from me, but I know at least some of the party would feel the same way, and I'm sure they all
She's
would.
literally saved your life. A
She
solid
kind
number of
of
times.
squints, and you can see she's like she's stiff now, but is like looking at you out of the corner of her eye. I'm sure that once I take you to Lindosa, you'll be off to bigger and better things, and I shall be trying to work out how to stop my forearm constantly bleeding again.
May I see it more closely?
In public?
Is that not a good idea?
But it's just...
Is it
Roll a
that bad?
persuasion check. Roll a persuasion check for me.
Ah, that -1, 16.
She seems very, very like, you can see the veins in her neck just like straining now. She looks down at it and then she grabs you by the shoulder and pulls you into like a nearby, like, it's not necessarily an alleyway, but it's a spot in between two buildings. It's a little bit disturbing.
Perhaps this should wait for a better time then?
Well, it's too late now. We're already in a weird alley. And she starts like unfastening the gauntlet around her arm, and you can see already like this like wicked curve of a blade mark that's seeped through bandage. And she begins to unwind it, and like it's deep is the first thing you notice.
So does it look just like a flesh wound? Or, I mean, obviously
It's but a flesh
It's
wound.
only a flesh wound.
That's for my my Monty Python fans. As she kind of unwinds the bandage, you get to see more and more of it, and there's like roughly torn edges of the actual wound itself, and you can't see bone, but it is a very deep cut into the forearm that seems to just be welling up with blood. And you can see the veins seem to like little black spider webs out from the side of some patches of the forearm wound.
And sorry, you said that this was caused something to do with gods and jumping between planes?
You're asking her that? Or you're asking me?
Yeah, well, I guess I am now.
It's up to you. If you're asking me as a DM, I can...
I was asking you as a DM.
Sure. She revealed to you that she was in a planar accident, is what she said. I don't remember her explicitly what she said, but she essentially implied that she had put her hand into like a rift of some sort, and she had received this wound from that.
Right.
And it seems to just be, no matter what kind of magic or healing she puts into it, it doesn't seem to close.
May I ask, what plane, from which plane did you receive this wound? Do you know?
I think, I have my suspicions on where it came from. I think it was a rather unfortunate accident, but personally I believe this is a rather hellish wound. My best guess would be malleol.
God, interesting. You mean like a doctor or something?
Yep, we get. Oh yes.
She is a doctor. She's a doctor.
Oh yes, because medicine checks will fix a planar hell wound.
Stitches, mate.
Oh yeah, she's definitely not trying that.
Just let her
Holy
be
stitches.
cool and edgy, bro.
Obviously, like, can I sense any sort of magic or?
Do you have detect magic or anything?
I believe I do. That's not.
It's up to you if you're going to use it or not, or you can just roll an Arcana check.
I would like to use it if it's available. Yes, I do.
I don't know what specifically does detect magic say. Does it have to be an object?
You sense the presence of magic within 30 feet of you. If you sense magic in this way, you can use an action to see a faint aura around any visible creature or object in the area that bears magic. Well,
Wouldn't that just be...
can I restrict that to an arm, or can I only
I don't think it's It's not.
Wouldn't it be detect good and evil? This kind of thing.
Could be. It's up to you guys.
It
to
seems like it's more you sense the presence of magic than you can see exactly.
Roll an Arcana check for me.
Alrighty. Please, dice, please. Okay, 19. That's very good.
Sure. So with a 19, I'll say that you can definitely see this wound appears to have some sort of element of necrotic magic to it. There seems to be something necrotic about the wound.
Do I know of any ways? Do I know if I could make anything to suppress that sort of magic? Do I know of any materials that might interfere with that sort of magic, or
I'd say
resist
probably not. Like, that'd be more healing magic. You might know a bit about warding, perhaps. That might tell you a little bit on like how you might be able to protect someone or something like that, or maybe like there could be an enchantment that could do it as well. It depends specifically on what you're trying to do. If you're trying to suppress it, I think you probably wouldn't know anything, but if you're just trying to like guard her against it, maybe you might know that there could be some wards or some sort of enchantments or something. What's going on over here?
I just drew a bird and he's laughing.
It's very cute. I just
A
like
burb?
I just like watching the process.
Gay sassy cube.
Gay sassy cube?
Yeah,
I love Kimberly. Yeah. Real.
My favorite.
Beautiful.
Real. She's just a sad little emo goth
I drew a
cleric.
cube as well, but not
The
really.
cube had little emo queer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't profile Leah. Don't profile me either, bitch.
Leah's not the only. I was gonna
Gay
repeat
person
the,
here?
No,
Yeah.
I was gonna repeat the entire like gay, depressed, queer, goth,
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
Multiple.
Yeah. It's me.
I'm sorry, I was hoping that I'd be able to help, but this looks far beyond my reach.
And well, if it makes you feel any better, it's far beyond my own reach as well, but it does give me some benefits.
This wound.
Yes, it hurts all the time, but it looks cool.
That's so fucking real. That's so real.
That is real.
Is that the only benefit?
Well, it depends on what you consider a benefit. I found a rather interesting affinity that I have with death through it. I seem to be rather unkillable a lot of the time.
That's a benefit.
Unkillable.
Do you have any hit points missing?
I could, not at the moment.
You don't at the moment. Cool. There are also certain things that it allows me to do where I take from my life force to give to another.
Fascinating. What's the word for someone that... Oh, masochist.
Yeah.
No, I'm not going to.
Just add it to the list
Maybe-
of titles.
Maybe we should keep walking.
She's a walking red flag. So many problems. I can fix her.
Nadriel wears all red, let's go!
No, I only look for those red flags.
Sorry.
Whoa!
Maybe we should keep walking. We must almost be there by now.
She'll begin to like rewind the bandages. I was joking about it looking cool, by the way.
Oh.
I think it looks rather ghastly, which is why, I don't want people to be spooked by this massive gaping wound I have on my forearm.
Absolutely,
It's gross.
it's gruesome, but also impressive.
Oh, I don't think I'd call it that, but I appreciate the sentiment. She begins to walk out of the alley way back with you, and
Are we getting close?
yeah, I'd say you're probably almost there.
Can either of us? I mean, do I make out anything? Can I tell what's happening?
Let me
My
have a look.
brother getting his ass kicked.
Roll a perception check for me.
Please.
That's so miserable.
Perception plus 0. What's 6 plus 0?
I'll let you work it out.
0.
You know, that's a really
Nice.
tough one. I don't do a whole lot of maths. So.
Yeah, no. What is 6 plus 0 engineer by?
Yeah, 6 plus
I'm
0.
an engineer.
You don't manage to make out much more than just shapes that seem to be like moving across the space rapidly. But you can see Kimberly kind of holds out a forearm to stop you. And being so engrossed in the conversation that you've been having with her, you didn't notice it before. But she kind of turns her head to the side, and you can see about 60 feet away from you, kind of marching up in single file in 3 lines across these like narrow stretches in between buildings. You can see these heavily armored figures that seem to just kind of walk forward. The clanking of metal gets louder and louder with each step. You can hear them kind of go hop, hop to keep their time. And you can see these, what appears to be an army that is marching towards where you can hear all of the rabble going on behind this next stretch of buildings. And I think it's a pretty good place for us to take our break for this evening. So much is happening, man. Don't worry about it.
Oh. Okay, you've told me that.
Thank you guys so much for joining us for this first part of our session tonight. Did you guys have fun?
Absolutely.
Hell yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's what we like to hear.
I felt a
Thank
lot
you
of
guys.
emotions.
Yeah, there's a lot going on for you.
Yeah, I don't like that. I mean, I love it. Kruger doesn't like it.
Thank you guys so much for joining us. We hope you enjoyed just as much as we did. For everybody who's on Twitch, we'll be back in just a little bit, but for everybody who's on YouTube, we will see you in the next part. It is always a pleasure and never a chore to DM for you all. Much love, and we will see you guys in the next little bit. Goodbye for now. Bye! Ciao!
Goodbye.
Ooh, we're back.
I